the name of the, remember Cat Force 1, what's the name of that fruit they have to share pollen green somewhere?
Oh, she didn't.
That looks wrong. And I don't mean that to make it look wrong. That looks wrong.
This is my picture of Adam and Eve. This is like the beginning, and then like this is the sun, and those are birds, and that's a pterodactyl, and that's a giraffe, and that's a lion, and that's a dinosaur, and that's a penguin, and those are ducks, and those are dolphins. Like the beginning of Earth and how he created everything, and then how about the day and the night, like yeah.
How was life on Earth once everything was done being created?
It was good.
You don't sound sure of that.
It was good.
It's about the snake convincing Eve to eat an apple that would give her all the knowledge that God didn't want them to have right away. And that's the one thing God told them not to do, was eat an apple off the tree. Adam also ate an apple because the snake convinced Eve to eat an apple, and Eve convinced Adam to eat an apple, which of course God told them not to do. Well, then they all got in trouble for that, and that's what got them kicked out of the garden.
This is Cain, and this is Abel. Cain and Abel are Adam and Eve's sons. Cain got jealous of Abel because God's right here, accepted Cain's, did not accept Cain's gift and accepted Abel's. So Cain got jealous. Don't laugh at me.
Jealous.
And he killed Abel. God, for the punishment, kicked Cain out of the land and gave him a scar thingy. I'm done.
God planned on destroying the earth because when he created humans, he realized that their thoughts and intentions were all evil, therefore like little horns.
Okay.
And he planned to flood the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, but there's one family that he liked. It was Noah's family. His wife, sons, and daughters-in-laws would be safe from the flood that was going to happen. Because he was extremely faithful to God. He'd never take out the earth with flood again.
There you go. You never destroy the earth by flooding. There you go.
I drew the Babylon, which isn't finished because they can't finish it. Everyone met all together. Hey, let's screw God and build a tower to heavens. And evidently God didn't like that, so he changed all the voices around, and people can now speak different languages. He was talking with God because he's like pretty old, so he's kind of doubting that he's gonna have children. So he's talking with me like, seriously, I'm not gonna have kids. Come on, I'm too old. And God's like, all right. Oh, it tells him to look at the stars, and when you look at the stars, there's a lot of stars. And he says, your children will be as many as the stars up there. And that's kind of a lot.
Did he keep his promise?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Was it immediate?
No, it took a while.
Okay.
God told him to go to this mountain. He's like, okay. He doesn't know what's going on.
He who doesn't know what's going on?
Isaac. He doesn't know what's going on.
Who's Isaac?
Abraham's son.
Okay, who's Abraham?
Dude, that Caleb was just explaining.
Okay.
And he goes there, and he's about to kill him, and then the angel comes down and is like, don't do that. He's like, okay. And he shows him a ram, tells him to kill that instead for a sacrifice, and he does. And I have to draw the ram. To prove how much he cares about God and has faith in him. Because he waited so long for him, and that was the son that was supposed to bring all of his children.
I don't know who that is. I read that and I didn't really know how to explain it in the drawing, so I just wrote one of the parts, and it said that the older will serve the younger, so I just put a young dude up there, and an old dude down there.
It's about two brothers. He says to his kids that I'm going to pass my blessing on to the oldest kid. And he's like, I'm going to pass it on to you. And his mom's doesn't want that because choose favorite to Esau?
Jacob.
Jacob. Alright, so he thinks it's him, and he gives him his blessing, and when Esau comes back, he realizes that the blessing was gone, and Jacob and Esau get in this giant fight, and Jacob runs away for his family and comes back, and he's like this family guy, and he wants his brother to help him out.
I had the story of Joseph. He was sold into slavery by his brothers because they didn't really like him. And then he's worked and worked and worked, and then Potiphar was his master at the moment. And his wife wanted to have an affair with Joseph, but Joseph said no. And then Potiphar's wife lied, saying he tried stuff. And then he was thrown in prison for so many years. He couldn't interpret dreams. Well, then he became king, second to Pharaoh, the big powerful dude. And they were in like starvation and stuff. And here's one of his brothers saying we need food, begging on his knees. And he was shocked because they sold him into slavery. They were expecting him to punish them for what he did, but he forgave them.
But through all of this, you have God's promise. God promises to take care of us. He made a covenant here with us. He'll always be our God. He'll always take care of us. And we'll always be his people. And he keeps that promise in each story we see, and he's still keeping it today.